Santiago is a brave rider, fearless truth speaker, setting hearts on fire. She's not competing, she's not dividing, she's joining the resistance.
Fear the classic. A tyrant keeps people scared of enemies, punishment, or chaos, so they'll accept almost anything in the name of safety. When people are afraid, they don't question authority, they cling to it. Propaganda control the story, and you control the people. Tyrants flood the public with lies, half-truths, and distractions. They repeat the same message until it feels like truth. They twist facts and redefine words to confuse people and make them doubt what's real. Censorship silences dissent. Shut down journalists, block social media, punish critics, and label anyone who disagrees as traitors or enemies. If people can't share truth, lies become the default. Division tyrants thrive on chaos. They divide people by race, class, religion, or political views, anything to make the population fight each other instead of uniting against them. Divide and conquer never fails. Control of resources, money, jobs, food, medicine, control those, and people will obey to survive. Dependency breeds obedience. False patriotism, they wrap themselves in flags, claim they're saving the country, and act like questioning them equals betraying the nation. It's emotional manipulation. They turn loyalty into a weapon. Rewriting history, tyrants distort the past to justify their power. They erase old failures, glorify themselves, and twist events to make the people believe things were always this way. Tangerine Epstein's secret and his MAGA circus. It's a masterclass in tyranny, and I'm not here to sugarcoat it or hold your hand through the ugly truth. This guy's not just a loudmouth with a bad comb-over. He's a walking playbook for every dictator wannabe, slinging fear, lies, and division like it's his day job. You think he's making America great? Nah, he's making America his personal playground, and we're all just pawns in his pathetic power grab. Let's break it down, because I'm done with the BS and ready to call it like it is. Fear's his favorite weapon, and he wields it like a pro, scaring folks into thinking immigrants. Woke people, or some shadowy deep state is coming for their guns and their freedom. Also, they'll bow down to him as their orange messiah. It's textbook tyrant crap. Keep people shaking in their boots so they don't dare question his nonsense. But fear's just the opening act. He's got a whole arsenal of dirty tricks, and propaganda's his bread and butter. The Tangerine Epstein secret floods X and every TV screen with lies so big you'd need a forklift to move them, repeating the same garbage until his cult chants it in their sleep. The economy's great. He screams while you're choosing between groceries and rent. He twists words, gaslights the nation, and makes you doubt your own eyes. Classic conman move. Then there's censorship, because nothing screams I'm right like shutting up anyone who disagrees. He's out here calling journalists enemies of the people, cheering when his followers harass reporters, and whining about fake news every time someone calls out his lies. If he had his way, we'd all be gagged, scrolling his personal fan page for truth. And don't get me started on division. This guy's got a PhD in pitting us against each other. Black vs. white, rich vs. poor, red vs. blue. He's got us fighting like roosters while he sneaks in and steals the henhouse. Divide and conquer. He wrote the damn manual. Controls his end game, and he's not subtle about it. He dangles jobs, health care, even food like carrots to keep you obedient, because a desperate person's easier to control. And the false patriotism. Oh, please. He wraps himself in the flag, acting like he's Captain America, but questioning him gets you labeled a traitor. It's not love for country, it's love for himself, and he's weaponizing your loyalty to keep you in line. Worst of all, he's rewriting history, spinning his failures into victories, pretending he's some golden god who saved us all. Newsflash. The only thing he's saving is his own ego. This isn't just politics. It's a psychological war, and the Tangerine Epstein secret's playing us all. He's not here to lead. He's here to rule, to turn America into his personal fiefdom while his MAGA minions cheer. Wake up, people. Stop swallowing his lies, stop fighting each other, and start fighting the real enemy. A tangerine tyrant who'd sell us all out for a quick buck and a pat on the back. We're better than this. America's better than this. Let's act like it. Tangerine Epstein's secret and his MAGA clown show. And I'm not holding back or sugarcoating a single thing. This guy's not just a liar. He's a walking billboard for everything wrong with the world, peddling hate and division while pretending it's patriotism. Brah, this ain't about being American. It's about his rich, steroid-pumped buddies throwing tantrums because someone's got more heart, more hustle, or just doesn't look like their cookie-cutter country club crew. The Tangerine Epstein's secret and his posse aren't mad about illegals or outsiders. They're pissed because people like us, whether we're Puerto Rican, Black, Asian, or anything else, expose their whole game just by existing, and they can't stand that we're part of the same America they claim to own. Let's get real. This isn't about borders or citizenship. It's about their fragile egos melting down because we don't fit their lily-white fantasy of what American should look like. And the Tangerine Epstein secret's out here fanning those flames, lying through his fake tan teeth about making America great when he really means making America theirs. He's got his cult screaming about deporting folks, but here's the kicker. They can't deport us because we're woven into the fabric of this country, from the blood of our ancestors to the DNA running through us all. Puerto Ricans, Blacks, everybody's got a mix. European, African, indigenous, you name it. Because history's a messy stew, and slavery, colonization, and all that ugly past tied us together whether they like it or not. The Tangerine Epstein secret hates that truth, because it proves we're all family and his whole us vs. them. SH-stick falls apart when you realize we're carrying each other's stories in our veins. He talks about family values. Like he's some saint, but let's not kid ourselves. His version of family values is a sick joke, built on erasing history and whitewashing the pain of our ancestors, who were exploited, violated, and silenced just so his kind could feel superior. DNA tests are out here spilling the tea, showing how Puerto Ricans, Blacks, Asians, everybody's connected, and that scares the hell out of him and his rich buddies because it proves their hate's got no legs to stand on. They don't hate us because we're different. They hate us because we reveal their lies, their greed, their pathetic need to control a country that's never been just theirs. The Tangerine Epstein secret's not fighting for America. He's fighting for a fantasy where only his kind gets to call the shots, and he's using fear and division to keep you distracted while he cashes in. This is bigger than one loudmouth tyrant. It's about a system that's been screwing over anyone who doesn't fit the mold, and the Tangerine Epstein secret's just the latest poster boy, strutting around like he invented hate when he's just recycling it. We're not here to beg for a seat at the table. We built the damn table, and it's time to stop letting this orange fraud and his MAGA minions tell us who belongs. Open your eyes, see the lies, and stand up to this tangerine nightmare before he burns it all down. Look, I used to be clueless, stumbling around like a blind bat in a cave, not knowing a darn thing about the world, just swallowing whatever nonsense was fed to me. But then I started listening, really listening to what people were saying, and I got curious. I dove headfirst into researching, soaking up facts like a sponge, and let me tell you, it flipped my world upside down. Knowledge is power, folks, and I'm here to spill the beans because staying in the dark is how you end up cheering for the bad guys while booing the heroes. A mind stuck in ignorance will clap for the tyrant, kiss up to the oppressor, and somehow think Satan's throwing a better party than Jesus. That's why I'm shouting this from the rooftops. We've got to wake up and smell the lies, especially when it comes to that orange-haired conman who thinks he's slicker than a used car salesman. Let's talk about Trump, the self-proclaimed genius, who can't string a coherent sentence together without tripping over his own ego. This guy lies so much his nose should be longer than a CVS receipt. He'll stand there, red tie flapping, promising the moon, jobs, walls, great, everything, while delivering nothing but chaos and a tax cut for his billionaire buddies. You think he cares about the working class? Please, the only thing he's working is his Twitter fingers, spewing garbage to keep his cult hyped. He's a tyrant in a cheap suit, folks, a wannabe dictator who'd rather cozy up to Putin than read a briefing. And MAGA. It's just a bunch of folks brainwashed into thinking a con artist is their savior, waving flags for a guy who'd sell their grandma for a golf course. I'm not here to sugarcoat it. Trump's a fraud, a pathological liar who'd rather burn the truth than face it. He said COVID would disappear, and poof, thousands died while he played golf. He claimed the election was stolen. Yet every court, including ones with his own judges, laughed that nonsense out the door. He's not a leader. He's a loudmouth, a bully who throws tantrums when he doesn't get his way, like a toddler who lost his favorite toy. And don't get me started on January 6. His fans stormed the Capitol, smearing democracy like it was a bad Yelp review, all because he fed them lies about fighting like hell. This isn't leadership. It's a circus, and he's the ringmaster of stupidity. We're anti-MAGA, anti-Trump, and anti-Tyrant because we see through the smoke and mirrors. Knowledge is what got me here, and it's what keeps us from falling for the snake oil. When you dig into the facts, you see the emperor has no clothes, just a spray tan and a bad comb-over. We're calling out the BS with a smirk because someone's gotta do it. So let's keep learning, keep questioning, and keep mocking the liars who think they can fool us. A mind in the light doesn't bow to oppressors. It laughs in their face and fights for what's right. Let's stay sharp, stay loud, and keep the truth on our side, no matter how much Trump whines about it. All right, let's talk about the walking, talking reality show that somehow stumbled into leading a country. Because apparently some folks still think this guy's a gift from above, and I'm over here gagging on the absurdity. This man's been peddling lies so thick, you could pave a highway with them. And yet, people are still out there lapping it up like it's free ice cream on a hot day. Every time I think I can just tune him out, ignore the noise, and move on with my life, he opens his mouth again, spewing some new nonsense that makes my brain cells want to file for unemployment. It's like watching a clown car crash in slow motion, and somehow he's still behind the wheel, honking away, convincing people he's a genius while the rest of us are screaming. How is this guy still a thing? Let's start with the lies, because oh boy, where do we even begin? This guy claims he's the best thing for the economy, but last I checked, his track record includes bankrupting casinos. Casinos, people, where the house always wins and he still managed to lose. He brags about creating jobs, but conveniently forgets to mention the ones lost under his watch, or the tax breaks he handed out to his rich buddies while the rest of us were scraping by. He'll stand there, orange glow practically blinding us, swearing he's the toughest on crime, yet his own rap sheet of legal troubles reads like a crime novel my dog could have written better. And don't get me started on his "I'm a man of the people." S.H. Dick, please, the only people he's looking out for are the ones signing his checks or stroking his ego. The wildest part. He's got this fan club that treats his every word like it's gospel, hanging onto promises that are about as solid as a paper towel in a hurricane. He'll say he's going to build walls, drain swamps, or make everything great again, and they cheer like he's handing out winning lottery tickets. Meanwhile, the rest of us are watching him dodge accountability like it's an Olympic sport. He lies about election results, lies about his health, lies about his businesses, and somehow there's no cosmic lightning bolt to shut him up. I mean, come on, not even a heart attack from all those fast food runs. The universe is slacking. What kills me is how he's got this knack for turning every criticism into a conspiracy. Call him out on his nonsense, and suddenly you're fake news or part of some shadowy cabal. The guy could trip over his own lies, face plant in front of a camera, and still claim it was a deep state plot to make him look clumsy. It's exhausting, but it's also why we can't just let it go. If we don't call out this circus act, people will keep buying tickets, thinking it's a Broadway show instead of a low-budget scam. So here we are, stuck watching this wannabe king strut around like he's untouchable, while the rest of us are begging for anyone, to hit the mute button. He's not a leader. He's a loudmouth with a megaphone, and the only thing he's leading is a parade of chaos. We deserve better than this, a country that runs on truth, not tantrums. Until then, I'll keep shouting into the void, because letting this guy slide is like letting a toddler drive a bulldozer. No thanks. Santiago del Carmen Maria, crowning. Thoughts. Copyright 2025 independent writer, crowning thoughts truth speaker, AI video content creator writer blogger Santiago DC. Maria. All rights reserved.